What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chase Vibes back with another video. As y'all can see from the title, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a hard beat for Lil Durk. So let's just go ahead and get right into it.
Hey, hold up, Chase.
Alright, y'all, so first off, I'm going to be breaking down a loop, how I made it, and then I'm going to be doing the drums from scratch. So I'm going to be breaking down this loop called Mistaken from my new Artificial Volume 2 Portal Big / sample library. I'm going to be dropping that within the next couple days, so keep an eye out for that. I recently just started a new collection called Artificial that just dropped the Volume 1 sample library, so go get that if y'all want. But this is the loop that we're going to be breaking down. Yeah, so as you guys can tell, I switched this up for the verse. For the intro and part of the hook, I made it real emotional, kind of like ear grabbing, just so like, you know, Durk could spit some pain on it or whatever. And then for the verse, I have it switch up to where you can just switch up the flow and kind of do some more aggressive type stuff. So yeah, so this is how I made it. All right, so first off, we're at the BPM of 157, and then I'm in the scale of G minor. And I went ahead and just came up with this bass pattern here first. Goes from G, goes down to F, down to D sharp, and then back up to F. And I just copy and pasted this up an octave, stacked that, moved it up one more time, and then I just come up with this top melody right here. Just a real repetitive melody first. And I put down these little middle notes right here. And then we got this. And then I sent that to the mixer channel. I went ahead and put on sketch cassette, a little age preset in the classic tape. Turn down the age knob right here, put on value, put on type 3. I got a little hoodie string right there. Jeez. Went ahead and did that, and then that was basically that for our main melody. And then next up after that, I went ahead and stacked the same melody inside of Analog Lab. So this is what we got with Analog Lab. I just went ahead and took out the bass notes. But what I did for that was added a portal effect. So we go over here to our portal bank that I'm gonna be dropping here in a couple days, so keep an eye out for that. I went to my preset called Changes Pitch right here, and then basically this is what it did for that. This is what it sounds like, just basic, obviously. So I added changes pitch effect. Just sounds more smooth and real ear grabbing. And then next up after that, I went ahead and added another portal effect on it. I went into my preset called Destroy. I created an effect automation clip for it, so that way it would only affect it in like certain areas. So this is a little automation that I did, just like that. So next up, I went into my Celestial one-shot kit and I grabbed this cool little synth lead right here. And then for the effects for that, I just threw on Portal, and I went to my Chanel preset right here. This is what it sounds like dry, but with the effect. So next up, after all of that, I wanted to add some textures to it. So I went to Only One 808 Mafia's texture and got this. I just turned that down in the mixer channel down to like 31%. And then I went into my textures in my Celestial one-shot kit and I got this. It's a cool little like wolves howling texture that I sampled off of YouTube. I wasn't actually in like the forest for this. Hell nah. That's what we got. So next up, I wanted to add some strings just to add that little extra emotion to it. So I went ahead and went into contact. And then I went into session strings 2, and it's just the first strings that pop up. I just played this pattern right here. Bam. That was that. So this is what we have all together. So right here, obviously we're in the hook, and I didn't want the strings to come in immediately on the first part of the hook, so I kind of put them on the second part, but I faded them in right here. So as you can tell, if I play this, it's quiet, and then it fades into it, and it plays for the second part of the hook. It just slowly comes in. So next up, I went ahead and went into my bells, mallets and bells, and I got this bell called Slightly. This is the little pattern that I played right here. Just real basic. It was more of like a little accent that I wanted to add into it. Now I just throw on a portal effect on here, just the triplet vision, and then I put an S1 imager on it, stereo, just so I can kind of like widen it in the midst. So this is what it sounds like with the loop. Real subtle. So last but not least, for the hook part, I wanted to add like a choir, but I couldn't come off a melody, so I just went to splice and I got this choir right here. But I wanted to add some more like bounce to it, so I created an automation clip in the volume, and it's created this cool little rhythm right here. So this is what our hook sounds like right now. And then for the verse, I go ahead and switch it up. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and go into the verse. So what I went ahead and did was copy over our piano melody. I made it unique. And then I didn't want the emotional, you know what I'm saying, the bass notes that made it feel emotional. So I just continued it to go hit on G. And then I turned that into a WAV file, right? And then I reversed it. And then whenever I reversed it, what you want to do is you want to move stuff back. So I created this into a WAV file. I sliced it up into 4s after I reversed it, and then I just moved this back, just like this. So this is what we got. That shit is crazy. That just keeps repeating itself, and it sounds interesting because I put a portal effect on it. This is what it sounds like dry without it. Still sounds cool, but I wanted to add just some more like ear candy, so went to the flutter preset. And then I just did the same thing with our analog counter melody right here. I just turned it into a WAV file and I just reversed it. And I just threw the same portal effect on it. So this is what it sounds like dry, but with the effect. This is what it sounds like together. And then this is what our whole verse sounds like with the textures and the melodies. And then for the arranging, what I did was just an 8-bar intro, and then a 16-bar hook, and then a 16-bar verse. I don't stem out my loops anymore for a few personal reasons, but yeah, basically that's just how I made this loop. 157 BPM, we're in the key of G minor. So now let's just go ahead and dive right into the drums. Jeez, I'm looking extra cute this morning, man. No sleep, but I'm still looking good, you know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, so let's just go ahead and start doing the drums. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is take off a fruity limiter. Nothing wrong with using a fruity limiter if you know how to use it, but personally, I just rock with the soft clipper. Gets the job done. Don't change anything with that. Go into one of my drum kits. So for the leveling for my claps, I typically keep it on 3. Like 3 dB, so it's like a good sweet spot. I'm sending this to the mixer channel. I keep my melody on 9 usually. 9 dB. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the hi-hat, go to the wrench tool, and then shift up the shift knob to kind of move it off the grid a little bit, just to kind of help create some bounce. I always keep my 808s at 0 dB just because it hits the hardest and it doesn't clip. We'll go ahead and speed this up just a little bit. so I'm gonna keep the drums pretty simple just so I don't overdo it, but this is pretty good right here. So I'm gonna just copy this over, and then for the verse, obviously I'm gonna make the 808 more consistent just on the G. Make this unique. I'm gonna drag all of these. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna go ahead and do right here is do Alt K, and I'm gonna put this on G, and then bam. Whoops, do it on G. Take out the first snare. I'm gonna make this snare unique, and I'm gonna do a little snare roll for the end. So do a little I'm gonna make this open hat unique, and I'm gonna just have it hit on the 1. Just very consistent. Just move this velocity down right here, and then we got this. That just gives it that more fast pace. Just like that. So just like that, copy this over once. I'm gonna have the hi-hat repeating right here, this repeating right here. I'm gonna bring the 808 in right over here. It's a little switch up. Just gonna drop my tag in here, and then we're done. Alright y'all, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below what you guys want to see more of. Once again, Artificial Volume 1 sample library is out now. Artificial collection, new collection I recently started. I'm excited to start it for you guys. Portal Bank / sample library, drop it in the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for watching the video. Love y'all, and I'm out.
Hey, hold up, Chase.